SBU TV, we take a look at our local eatery, and St. Bonaventure students bring a national campaign to campus. Good morning and welcome to SBU TV. I'm Chris Gilbert.
And I'm Lian Bunny. Are you in need of some R&R? Then check out this new lounge in Olean, New York. Sammi Arena tells us more.
Nestled in our little town of Olean is a new lounge that transports you to the big city. Arena-Ravyn has opened its doors here in Olean, New York. Owner Sina created the lounge in his daughter's name when he fell in love with Olean's history.
I got a perfect idea, so let's come up with a lounge where people can come. They don't have to be underdressed, but they don't have to be overdressed. So
all of the wood and steel used to build Arena-Ravyn were bought from local contractors. Sina was determined to support local businesses and make them a part of R&R's building process.
I think it's what's very interesting when you shoot it. All these fixtures, they were nothing but leftovers from a metal shop. So we grabbed them, we bend them, we created a cube on that, and that's how we came up with lighting.
Arena-Ravyn is no stranger to fine dining. But to this restaurant, it's not just about the experience, it's about the community.
We made a commitment where we said we're going to keep all the jobs local, and we've done that. So the goal was to create like 12 to 18 jobs. I feel we have created right now over 30 jobs in Olean.
Along with creating new jobs in Olean, as well as showing support for local businesses, Arena-Ravyn hopes to be a place where the community can come to unwind, relax, and dine. They even produce their own coffee.
Every single time. You have more coming in, so that coffee is nice, strong.
We'll have to stay tuned to see what's in store for Arena-Ravyn. For SBU TV, I'm Sammi Arena.
If you'd like to make a reservation or learn more, go to ravenandravynllc.com.
Last week, St. Bonaventure students and faculty brought a new national issue here to our community. Nate Discavage and I have more.
Last Tuesday afternoon, St. Bonaventure's Black Student Union held a sit-in on Plaisman Steps. The goal of the event? To create awareness for Black Lives Matters.
I think the goal really was to bring awareness. I think that too often in life we live in, a silo.
Recognize that there are a lot of injustices, not necessarily on our campus, but around us, and we're not necessarily aware of those.
The 22 faculty and students that participated in the sit-in felt that they achieved their goal of creating awareness through handing out fact sheets, but even more by just being there.
So what was the purpose of the sit-in?
Light on these instances and how sometimes we can live so much in our silo that it's time to start looking onward and upward and outwardly thinking.
Basically just to raise awareness that we live in kind of a Bonner bubble and that injustices are all around us, and just to bring awareness to that and show people that they do exist and it's time to fight for those.
And for this group of students, they are not done. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and there is more in store. For SBU TV, we're Chris Gilbert and Nate Discavage.
There's now the Ideal campaign on campus striving to help educate people of diversity and equity.
Women around the St. Bonaventure campus are lacing up their skates. Brittany Slomba has more.
St. Bonaventure University's new women's hockey team has players setting aside their high heels for ice skates. William Fanton, who is also the men's hockey coach, said he started the women's hockey team for selfish reasons.
My daughter's a senior in high school, and she wanted to play college hockey. Some have loved hockey, never played. Some have just ice skated but never played. Some haven't done any and just want to learn. If you want to learn, then I want to coach you. I just want to have fun and be part of the team.
Senior captain Abbey Marchewka spreads the word around campus and encourages first-time players to join the team.
Adults who are interested in playing ice hockey, it's an awesome time to start. It's an awesome sport, and there's interest in the sport for females. Coach Fanton has done an awesome job with the men's program. I don't see any reason for this to not continue. It's our first time. It's going to be a little rocky to begin with, but that's where we figure out all the fun.
For SBU TV, I'm Brittany Slomba.
If you're looking to attend a game, the women's hockey team will not have any home games until the spring semester.
Pumpkins, corn mazes, and chickens? Madeleine Faircloth has a story.
Pumpkins, pumpkins, and more pumpkins. October has arrived, and that means all things fall in western New York. From pumpkin patches to spooky attractions and all the apples in between, there's no shortage of activities to make sure free time is anything but boring.
And here in the heart of Great Valley, Pumpkinville, where the supply of apples, cider, and pumpkins never seems to run out.
Open rain or shine only September 17th to October 31st. From 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Pumpkinville offers hayrides, corn mazes, cow trains, singing chickens, real chickens, and, of course, pumpkins. Although all pumpkins and apples are available for purchase, shops offering homemade peanut butter, caramel sauce, cider, pumpkin donuts, and souvenir gifts are also open for purchases. Although tickets for the attractions cost $4 each, or $12.50 for a day pass, general admission into Pumpkinville is always free. For SBU TV, I'm Madeleine Faircloth.
Check back next week for more fall fun ideas.
The St. Bonaventure community found a colorful way to support a good cause. Here's my report. Embrace It Africa members think Bonaventure's campus could use a little color. The club hosted a Color Me Happy run 2 weeks ago, attracting 130 participants. Runners started and ended the 2.5-mile race on the Hickey lawn.
Participants ran around the Allegheny River Trail and had color thrown at them.
Embrace It Africa is a nonprofit organization focused on economic development, access to public education, and public health. The group focuses on communities in southern Uganda. According to one of the club's founders, Zach Rodriguez, the Color Run raised $2,600.
Particularly, our biggest projects right now are the microfinance institution and the clinic, so money will most likely be split between those two projects.
The microfinance institution acts as a credit union to help Uganda economically. The clinic will help with public health. With loads of color, free t-shirts, food, games, and performances, and all for a good cause, the event had a little something for everyone.
It was great. It was good exercise at the beginning. I walked and then I ran. And then when I saw the people come out for the paint, I started looking. So it was a lot of fun, though.
I enjoy running. Color Run's very fun. I love having color all over the shirt. And it's just a fun event, and it's good for charity, too.
Whether participants walked, ran, or jogged, on 4 legs or 2, all were welcome. With SBU TV, I'm Lian Bunny. Embrace It Africa became an official Bonaventure club in 2008. That's all for us here in the Coop. I'm Lian Bunny.
And I'm Chris Gilbert. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and catch the Wolfpack Report coming up next.
Welcome to the Wolfpack Report. I'm Ryan Conahan.
And I'm Hailey Rose Catusco.
Today I will be speaking with Men's Director of Basketball Operations, Matt Pappano.
And I'll be interviewing Brian Thomas, coach of the women's swim team.
Hailey, do you think the Bonnies are going to be a tournament team this year?
I absolutely do think so, Ryan.
I agree, too. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to the Wolfpack Report. I'm Hailey Rose Catusco, here with Coach Brian Thomas, coach of the women's swim team here at Bonaventure. Hi, Coach Thomas. How are you today?
I'm good, Hailey. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you start off by telling me about your transition here from Vegas?
Yeah, it's been an interesting transition and definitely a welcomed one. I think I was looking for a position like this. My wife is an alum of Bonaventure, so it was an easy fit for us. And we're looking to put some roots in the ground and also, take the program probably to the next level and do it in a better environment, to be totally honest with you. And since I started here in May, it's been a really welcoming community. That's what we're looking for.
And can you talk about your vision for the women's team this year?
Yeah, I think, this year and even beyond, what we want to see immediately is progress. We want to see improvement at the Atlantic 10 level and really move toward being a team that's impactful nationally as well. And I think, just like anything else, there are kind of process goals, short-term goals that go along with that. And I think this year is really focusing on the swimmers we have here. And we have a good group. It's just a matter of maybe, increasing some of the level of their training and maybe the complexity of the training they have, and then focusing on getting good people around them through the recruiting process.
What are some of the strengths and the weaknesses you're seeing in your team this year?
Yeah, I mean, the strengths are definitely in the people. I mean, there are certain things that you can't teach in terms of the personalities we have, their attitudes, their athleticism, for a lot of them is a huge benefit that I don't think's been tapped into. So those are some of the major positives we have, and you just can't fake that. I've learned that over 12 years of coaching is if you have the right people, you at least have a good shot, and we certainly have that. I think what we need is probably just a different focus on what we're doing, and one of my goals is to really kind of open their eyes to what we could do on a national scale and forget about competing necessarily regionally all the time. Let's open our eyes and see what we can do beyond that, and I think we have some talent here that hasn't been tapped into, and that's exciting.
And how do you plan on helping them tap into that athleticism?
I think that hopefully my experience up to this point will help with that. I've managed, like you said, to kind of work all over the country in some of the hotbeds for swimming, not only Vegas, but in the Southeast as well. And I think I've learned a lot through that process. Being able to coach at a national level has taught me a lot about how to do it and how to progress, with a program like ours.
What are some characteristics that you're hoping to teach the girls that they can carry into their life outside of swimming?
Yeah, I think number one is that, like I said, it really kind of starts with being good people. That's where I see elite swimming, and the great swimmers I've been able to coach have been good people first. And I also obviously hammer home to them, when they walk out the door, we want them to look back and say, I really want to do that again. That was a great experience. But I also want them to look back and say, I have my, the confidence to do anything I want to do and walk out with their chin up that way.
I know you mentioned you're bringing some recruits in. What kind of image are you trying to portray to them of the team and of the school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the school sells itself. I mean, I think that our personal approach, our individualized approach to not only what we do in the water, what we do with our training, but of course, what we do academically is ideal. This isn't industrialized education. We're not trying to chew you up and spit you out and take your money. The growth process here is unique, and I've been around the country. I know what it's like elsewhere, and I love what we have here, and it's a lot easier to sell something if you believe in what you're doing, so that's kind of what we hammer home.
What exactly do you think it is that sets us apart? Again,
the people, absolutely. From the day I stepped onto campus, in our building, every coach of every program stopping by, our athletic director coming by, all the time, sticking his head in the door, seeing if we need anything, see if we have what we need. My direct boss, Barb Quested, same thing, always available to me. Talk to her on a daily basis. The people absolutely make the difference here, and everyone who's here will probably tell you that. And that's something, again, you can't fake. It's really a unique place to be that way, and something that sets us apart. We just have to continue to believe in that and probably expand on it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Hailey. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to the Wolfpack Report. I'm Ryan Conhan. Today we are with Director of Basketball Operations, Matt Pappano. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Ryan.
Just to give our viewers a little bit of background, Matt's been with the St. Bonaventure men's basketball program for about the last 13 years or so, both as a student manager and now for the last 10 years as Director of Operations. Matt, you've seen a lot of Bonaventure teams over the years, and I just want to know, how does this year's team compare to teams past?
Yeah, like you said, I've been here for a while, so I've seen a lot of teams, good and bad. My first couple of years here as a manager, it wasn't a very successful campaign for the first couple of years, but now that I've been here a while, with Coach Schmidt, and he's done a tremendous job of bringing this program back to respectability and even taking the next step to making us very successful every year. This season I think we got a chance to be pretty good again. We return a lot of guys who did well for us last season, and we expect them to get better, and we have a bunch of newcomers who we're excited about, and we think they'll help us continue our success in the last couple of years and kind of sustain what we built here the last 4 or 5 years with making that next step in the league and on a national scene.
It's great analysis. So your position as Director of Operations, it's integral to the management of the team, but it's a little bit more it's more behind the scenes. And we don't really get to see all your responsibilities. So explain to us, like, what are your day-to-day responsibilities so our fans can get it better?
Sure. Yeah, it's a question I get a lot. You know, I kind of do a little bit of everything. The way I kind of, you know, explain to people is I do everything other than off-campus recruiting or on-the-court coaching. You know, those are just NCAA restrictions that a person in my position can't do. So, you know, I'm in charge of the non-conference scheduling, scheduling of, you know, practices, pretty much any scheduling aspect of our program, budgeting. You know, I'm the budget manager for the program. So, you know, just making sure we're staying within our line and doing, you know, being economical and doing the right thing with money and you know, all that kind of stuff. Travel, booking hotels, flights, meals, you know, everything to do with travel. So those are probably the main aspects. You know, I assist in academics. You know, watching over the academic profiles of our guys. You know, other scheduling aspects with other places around campus, being a liaison to different areas of campus, and just, you know, it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but I have a lot of help. You know, I have a great managerial staff, and not to blow your, you know, your profile at all, but you know, you do a great job for us, and I have a great staff of managers and a graduate assistant, so I get a lot of help with our operations, and Bobby Cornelius, our secretary, too. So there's a lot to it, but it's something I've done for a while, so I've kind of got it down to a science now, and you know, we're trying to get better at it, but we have a pretty good system going on now.
Definitely no easy task. I mean, I want to talk a bit more about the non-conference scheduling.
Sure.
I know a lot of Bonaventure fans are always talking about scheduling and how we can get a stronger non-conference schedule to make our profile for the NCAA tournament even better. And I know it's definitely not an easy task. I mean, the RC is a tough place to play. Not a lot of schools want to come here. It's far away from an airport. It's not the easiest place to travel to. I just want to ask, you think we'll ever see a Power 5 conference team in the RC ever again, or is that unlikely?
You know, we're trying. You know, we certainly are, you know, beating the streets and making phone calls to every Power 5 out there. We want to make it happen. You know, to be honest with you, I don't know if it will. You know, it's getting harder and harder every year, just because you hit on a lot of topics there where, you know, it's certainly a hard place to play. So there's a perception out there that's a very difficult place to play. The travel stuff is true too. You know, I don't know that that's, you know, everyone's chartering flights now, so it's not as difficult to get to as in years past when, you know, the charter flight kind of thing kind of exploded over, you know, as a big thing that bigger programs are doing now. But it is, you know, difficult. It's more of a perception thing about the difficulty of getting here. But it's, you know, there's not a whole lot of games to schedule anymore for these Power 5 schools. You know, they're playing in, you know, made-for-TV neutral site events. They're playing in multi-team events that are, you know, they're also on TV. But, you know, your Maui Invitationals and your big-time tournaments, and they're playing, you know, there's made-for-TV, you know, the Big East, and I'm not sure who they're playing on, but the ACC Big Ten Challenge, you know, stuff like that.
Center,
yeah, so there's a lot of those kind of things, and they're just not playing a lot of true home and homes anymore, so that hurts us. They're either playing those kind of made-for-TV big events, or they're buying teams that come there, and that's where kind of our only opportunity is to play these big Power 5 schools, is to go get bought and play them on the road. It's been very difficult for us to get them to come here, or even to do a home and home in general with us, where, you know, we play a game in Rochester or Buffalo is our, you know, quote-unquote home game.
And our success the last couple of years definitely has to hurt that even more. The fact that we have a better team, and and it's not a guaranteed win like in years past, where during tough years where it was teams might have been willing to come here. But I mean, our success over the last couple of years has definitely contributed to that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it depends on, you know, what kind of program you're talking to, or you know, whoever's on the other side of the phone. Some teams, like you said, will shy away from it now because we have gotten better, and they're just, you know, I don't want to say scared, but they're worried that they're probably had a decent chance of losing that game. But then on the other hand, you know, some of these programs who are trying to schedule better and, you know, really take into account the RPIs and all that, you know, all the different analytical stuff to the scheduling, you know, science or whatnot, they might be more interested in playing us now because we have gotten better over the years, and it is a better RPI game, so it's not going to hurt them if they lose. So I think what we need to do is keep scheduling better ourselves, but also keep sustaining the, you know, being that top 75 RPI team. So hopefully we someday, you know, it's going to be probably a couple years away at least, but we can become like a Butler or Xavier or Gonzaga, where they can schedule those kind of, you know, Power 5 home and homes, and, you know, get some bigger, higher profile games on the schedule. So we're not there yet. I think we're heading in that direction, but, you know, I'm hoping that that's, you know, in the near future where we can start to do that kind of thing, scheduling wise.
Yeah, that's a fantastic take. I didn't even really think about that. Today it was actually reported that the Bonnies will be going next year to the Emerald Coast Classic in Florida with teams like Maryland, TCU, and New Mexico, I believe. And I mean, that's a nationally televised tournament. That's a big deal. I mean, has our success helped us get into tournaments like that, or it could be in the consideration for big non-conference tournaments like that?
Sure, you've done your homework. So I figured you'd ask that question because I saw it got leaked today. You know, I can't really comment on that tournament directly, but I can say, to answer your question, that yeah, since we've gotten better over the years, these last couple of years, and 2012 winning the A10 championship and making the tournament last year, obviously I think we should have made it, and had a really good year, and want to share the A10 regular season. I think that's put us on the map more. We've got more recognition. I think everyone has realized. Everyone kind of knew that Coach Schmidt's what he's done here, but it's starting to get out there more, I think, and us winning some games over some higher profile teams, and in our league and outside the league has like I said, got us more recognition. People are willing to talk to us more about those kind of events, and hopefully in the future we can get in some of these big time events for the fans. It's great for the fans, great for the alumni, great for our players. They come here because they want to play against the best competition. So I think those kind of events will serve that purpose, and it'll be good for the university as a whole to get the publicity being on national TV. So hopefully we can get to that point.
It's fantastic to hear. I know it's early, but I just want one last question. What's your early prediction for this year?
I think you've probably heard it from Coach before. We're not into the prediction business. I think I kind of said it earlier. I think we have a chance to be good. We have some depth this year. I think more depth than we've had in a while. We've got a great backcourt with Jay Adams. And then people will get to know Matt Mobley this year a lot more than they already do. And we have a chance to be good. Like I said, depth, great backcourt guards win you games. You're seeing it's the trend now. Villanova won last year with playing 4 guards basically a lot of the time. So I think that could take us a long way. The league's really good. It's always really good. So if we could stay healthy, and if guys can continue to get better over these next couple months and build up to playing the best basketball, as the season progresses, I think we have a chance to, I don't want to say duplicate the success, but have another really good year.
Matt, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right. We'll be right back.
Best of luck to both of our teams, swimming and basketball, in the upcoming seasons, and we will see you next week. I'm Hailey Rose Catuso.
And I'm Ryan Conahan.
Thanks for watching.